So, da sind wir wieder. Genau, hier sind wir gerade reingeklettert. Ja, ich erinnere mich. So, ich bin wieder da. Sag mal, ohne Scheiß, ist das unser Bauch? Sind wir schwanger? Würde der Ring auch klären.
Her room was like a museum.
Hoi? Ach, das ist das Zimmer von vorhin, genau. Als es gerade gemalt wurde. Ah, sehr schön.
Louis died a week before we left.
Genau, das hatten wir
But
schon.
Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Ich gleich mal kurz. Ja, genau. Dass ja auch alles richtig ist.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Ach, das sind die Baupläne für das Haus. Aber für das alte noch, wie es aussieht. Das ist die Rutsche. Norwegische Folktales. Volksgeschichten? Volksmärchen. Volksmärchen, das wird es jetzt gleich.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Oh. Mit dem Haus. Dass das Haus gehalten hat, das ist beachtlich.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Streicht das.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Absolut. So, jetzt muss ich noch mal gucken. Sind alle nicht alt geworden. Wahnsinn. Oh, jetzt fehlt mir der Platz zum Zumachen. So. Mysterien des Todes und danach. Ach, von ihm. Ein Schriftsteller demzufolge. Oh, hier darf ich nicht durchgucken. Das gleiche Buch nochmal hier. Gut, dass er mehrere Ausgaben von den Büchern von Odin hat, logischerweise, weil der hat sie geschrieben, der kriegt ja mehrere Exemplare. Aber das Buch hier nochmal, okay. Hier, und das auch nochmal da. Ha! Hier auch. Oryx und Craig. Steht auch zweimal. Na gut, vielleicht sind die Texturen ausgegangen.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Das ist das, was man von draußen sieht.
The only
Nee, doch
trace
nicht.
Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Wahnsinn. Ich halte mich doch die ganze Zeit an diesem Bauch auf. Wäre ja ziemlich böse, wenn ich gesagt hätte, sie wäre schwanger, wenn sie nicht schwanger wäre. Na egal. There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh!
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Das ist dann demzufolge das Zimmer, in dem er die Fotos entwickelt hat. Ja. Ah, doch jetzt. Hier war Milton also auch schon. Was? Fort Calvin, sehr schön. Voll geil. Ich würde gerne mal einen Blick in das Command Center selber reinwerfen, aber ich glaube, Edith lässt sich hier von dem Ding aufhalten. Na gut. Das ist die Kamera. Oh, dieser Wind, der macht mich noch alle Hölle. Lol, ist das Sprengstoff? Nee, das sind Filme, alles klar.
I knew
Doch
Grandpa
nicht.
Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Ich darf doch.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Sehr schön.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, he swore he'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. And maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Geschafft, würde ich sagen.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh, ich habe ein bisschen Puls gerade.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Das darf ich nicht wieder zumachen, okay.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Jawohl, komplettes Fake-Regal. Was ist das hier?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh!
Growing up, I
Mein
always
Freund,
thought of
ja.
Barbara as a child star.
Ich hab mich gerade ernsthaft erschrocken. Ah nee, das wollte ich nicht. Komm hier wieder raus. Richtig mit Beleuchtung. Bob Street. Sehr schön.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Weil so weit ist sie nicht gekommen mit dem Kuchen, ja. 16, 17? Ah, dann ist es doch schon 17 gewesen. Geht ja.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, ist das geil.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Ah! Okay, ich dachte, ich kann hier Billard spielen. Nein, ich will die... Ich will die doch nicht weghauen. Ja, ja, ja. Alles klar.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Was zur Hölle? Okay.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear! Rick?
Ich habe ganz schlecht
Relax.
reagiert.
I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Late-Night-Show? Hat nicht funktioniert. Was zur Hölle?
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Ah, das ist das Thema hier.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
So, wo war hier der Geheimgang? Hier sind wir gerade durchgekommen.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Ich sollte vielleicht nicht immer schlagen.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Das wusste ich.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich will.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh,
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Schöne 3D-Brille. Okay, das ist in dem Fall eine Sackgasse.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Ach, das ist das Kabel, was... Nee, das ist ein anderes Kabel. Egal. So, Musikbox. Ich frage mich, ob ich es geschafft hätte, wenn ich gleich daran gedreht hätte. Und weiter gedreht hätte. Oder ob es dann aufgehört hat. Ob sie dann aufgehört meint.